to another DorkLair action figure review. Today I'm taking a look at the Mythic Legion's Vampire Phalanx Legion Builder. This figure is part of the Reinforcements 2 wave that had a very small initial offering in October of 2023 that kind of sold out very quickly. They offered the all-in for the whole wave, and that went very fast. They'll also be selling these figures at conventions, and then in early 2024, the sort of big release of this wave will come out. It will be in stock, and they will be selling individuals, all-ins, kind of whatever combination of these figures you want, and the supply will be much bigger. So stay tuned for that. If you missed out, you will have another chance at these figures. And this is the Vampire Phalanx. This is essentially a kind of reimagining of the Black Knight, right? It's got that exact same kind of shiny, glossy armor that the Black Knight has, with a new torso and then some different like accent pieces like the skirt, loin piece, and the shoulder armor. But like the arms, hands, legs, those are all the same. Of course, we've got this newish head sculpt that we have seen in a couple other figures, but this apparently was the original version of the head that they planned, and then the other ones were, kind of reuse. These are also new as well. We've got these new side pieces for the helmets that you can, use on various different helmets. All the holes are the same across like most of the different helmets. And then you've got that somewhat slimmer armored torso that originally came on the Red Shield Soldier. And I do like that they used this skirt and loincloth stuff because it just kind of has a vampire feel to it. It has almost like Batwing kind of motif there. And then one difference from the Black Knight is the slightly different red in the little like plastic leather pieces. You have the traditional shoulder strap, and then you have the new belt here. This is a little more rust, sort of dried blood color as compared to the Black Knight, that it is a much more vibrant red in that piece right there. So yeah, a little bit different there in terms of the color scheme with the Black Knight versus the Phalanx. And here's a zoomed out look at the Phalanx, which when you get to the top of the spike on the top of the helmet, it actually extends just up over 7 inches tall. With the other head, it's going to be 6 3/4 or so. And then here it is next to a couple other shiny black armored characters. On the left is Baron Volgar 2 with a custom cape, and on the right is the Black Knight. Next up, a couple slightly larger lines. On the left is the Zezre Studios Legionary Signifer, and on the right is a kit-bashed Master vs. He-Man with a custom head sculpt by Monster Machine Creations, painted by the talented EM Custom Parts. Next up, on the lower end of the 6-inch scale, we have some Mezco 112 collective figures. On the left is Conan the Barbarian, on the right is Atticus Doom. For accessories, it does come with a couple weapons. It has a spear with trident topper, which I love. That's such a great piece right there, and that spear is really long, so nice weapon right there, kind of fits perfectly with the Phalanx theme. And then you have the really big two-hander longsword right there in that same purple color, and then it also has a shield also in the same purple color. And just to kind of like note, these army builders, these Legion builders, they tend to be very simple. These are, when you order them direct, $25 figures, so they don't have really any paint variety. It's nice that they have kind of a premium, this one has somewhat of a premium like finish, and it has like a shine to it, and it's not very basic, but overall, they're very simple paint schemes, and that's where the savings comes in on these figures, and that's why they're able to sell them for $25. And as I showed before, it does have the red strap. And then the last accessory is an additional head that uses the Gorgo sculpt, which I just love so much in this Black Knight shiny black, and you can pop those pieces in. I'm finding these to be really tight to get into here. I don't know if it's like the paint or what, but these are super tight in here, and they're kind of tough to get in, but that's a pretty cool look. I'm not super sold on these pieces on this head, but there are plenty of other ones to swap out and try. For articulation, standard 1.0 Mythic Legion's movement, you have a ball joint at the head. Funny enough, these large pieces don't get in the way too much of articulation, and it has kind of that full range of motion of that ball joint up here. And then you have the shoulder armor, of course, is on a peg on the back, and so those can swing up and down depending on how you want to pose your figure. Arms can come out this far, and they swivel as well. single jointed elbows, very limited range there. There's also a twist at the elbow, twist at the forearm, twist at the wrist, horizontal hinges, no extra hands with this figure. Ball joint at the waist, he can come forward quite a bit. Backwards, not so much. And then he can come side to side and twist as well. Legs kicked way forward, back a bit, out into the splits, twist at the top of the thigh, single jointed knee, twist below the knee, hinge at the ankle, rocker at the ankle, and they can twist as well. So your standard 1.0 Mythic Legions articulation. And finally, one quick swap I decided to try was to bring some more purple into this figure. I took the cloth goods from the Swig Goblin figure and the wings for the helmet that come with Baron Voligar 1. They came with the standard that he has, like they're decorations, but they are the regular wings. You can use them on a helmet, so I thought that would be cool. They are slightly different purple than the weapons, but still, it just kind of adds just a little bit of that purple to kind of bring in the vampiric look that kind of is threaded throughout all of the Alithia faction. And there's a little close-up of those wings. Thanks for watching my video, and until next time, may the Force be with you.